What's up, guys? I posted a few videos. They're music videos, nothing's official. They're just me putting out music to see what everybody thinks. Um, it's been a good experience. People have said good things, people have said bad things, but overall, it's really informative. Some of the songs that I put out, I will be uh, putting out for, I'll be recording, officially and stuff, and, the EPs and demos. But right now, I'm just putting out song stuff and seeing what y'all think and getting feedback from that. So if you ever think anything, just make sure you comment or something. I always read the comments. I always read messages that people send me. So whatever you send, totally send it, or whatever you think, totally send it. Um, I want to talk to y'all about a few songs. The first one I'll talk about, "Baby Please Come Home." That song is, I started writing it. It all came at once. That's a lot of my songs. They all just come at once. And I'll write like 50 songs or something, and I'll probably pick like five out of those 50 maybe that I might continue writing or continue adjusting and stuff. And out of those five, I might have one or two that I'll actually show people. So with that one, it was just all came at once. I came home from something, I don't know what it was, and I was in the bathroom as I was about to shower, turn on the water and stuff, and I was just like, hey, I got this great idea. And while I was in the car coming home, while I was driving, um, I was singing "In the Ghetto" by Elvis Presley, and I was like, man, it's got some like good content. And so I wanted to kind of represent that, and I hadn't seen people represent, you know, that kind of message for a while. So I wanted to kind of give that message out and keep it real in the music world and not just the surface stuff. And so in "Baby Please Come Home," it talks about a guy and a girl, and both of them have not perfect lives. Nobody's perfect, but theirs is like a little bit. They got a little bit more rough than some people. And talks about how his dad left his mom to raise him, and it kind of follows the main protagonist as the guy for a while. And he says that no matter what, we'll always be together and stuff. The message is he's not going to leave her, and they have a kid, and even in the hard times of not being able to pay for bills and not being able to keep the lights up and the water running, they still love each other and they're still happy because they don't take anything for granted. And that's kind of what the song is mainly about, is not taking things for granted. And so as the song progresses, the main protagonist, the guy, he dies, and leaving the kid and the mom, by themselves. And the actual song, I didn't put this in the song. I take it out, but the actual song, it has it to where it goes back into talking about how the kid grows up and he's got messy hair and messed up clothes, and his dad left his mom. So it kind of makes a full cycle back on itself, and the kid blames his dad for dying, and he says, to the kid, his dad dying is the same as his dad leaving his mom. And so it kind of gives that reflection of the dad who left his son to begin with the first time. It's like you don't always know the story. It could have been that the dad died. It could have been that the dad left him. Who knows? But you don't always know the story. So never taking anything for granted, and always seeing the good things. And even when the main protagonist dies, the mom still tells the son, baby Blue, that it's going to be okay, and just keep going and stuff, and you'll always have a home. So that was the story behind that one. Ruthless, that's one that I got a lot of feedback on. Not always good, not always bad, but Ruthless was really good. I loved the story of it just because I found it, a lot of it was me kind of spinning off of what but I thought about myself in a lot of ways. And that's a lot of my songs. A lot of the songs that I sing about how the girl wronged the guy. It's usually I'm talking about myself. And I'm kind of putting into words what I see myself do sometimes. And so in that one, Ruthless was interesting because it was just mainly ironic. It was like, in this town they call me Ruthless. Not because I'm mean, but I left Ruth at a street called Hillcrest. And so the whole song is about how he's saying that he broke up with Ruth, and now he has less of Ruth. That's like where the Ruthless comes in. But at the same time, when he's saying that, he's being considered mean and stuff because he just basically, she got out of the car and she just wanted to come back in. So he's like, okay. So he just drives off. And so it's like, I just love that. I love the irony in it and stuff and the use of the double words. And it was also just kind of to show my lyrical content. I don't want people to ever think that I am one kind of artist. I don't want people to be like, oh, he does, slow songs about romance, and that's what he does. I'm just not about that. I want to be able to show that I can do everything. If that's writing a rap song, I'll write a rap song. If that's doing a hard rock song, like Bon Jovi or something, then I'll write a hard rock song. But I want to show that you can't pigeonhole an artist, no matter who it is. You never want to expect the artist to just do one thing. And if that artist does one thing and they change it up, you can't ever say, oh, but that's not him. Why is he doing that? It's like, he is what he writes, And so showing that was kind of important to me, showing that I could write something else, that I could do something else, and showing myself that I could do it. I've always kind of played around with lyrics and stuff. That's what first got me into writing music, was rap, but I never actually dedicated myself to it. I ended up going alternative route, and I wanted to come back to kind of the roots and show lyrical content. So that was a lot of Ruthless. Lead Me Astray. It was originally called Hearts of Clay, actually, and this will be the last one I talk about. But Lead Me Astray, or Hearts of Clay, whichever one you know it by, it's that had a lot of personal stuff in it, and it was. I'm not saying it got like mushy or anything like that, but or sentimental. I'm not trying to get sentimental, but it had a lot of stuff that I had been feeling at the time when I was writing it, and so putting all of the stuff I was feeling and all of the events that had been taking place into one video was like it was just a lot for me. So getting it really personal, that was the first song that I wrote that I ever felt like was worth anything. Like I always thought that my songs were good, but I never thought that my songs were, kind of worthy of being on the radio or anything like that until I wrote that one. Then I was like, this is something that I really want to do. After I wrote that song, this is writing music is something that I'll probably do until I'm, I can't write anymore. I have like arthritis in my hands and stuff. So Ruthless was, Hearts of Clay was just super. It was really personal for me. I'm not going to go into details, but I'll just leave it at that. So there's that. It's funny because with Hearts of Clay, I wrote it while I first started performing live, and that was the first song of my own that I ever performed live at a open mic or anything like that. I'd performed at churches before and recitals and stuff like that, and I'd done other songs, but that was like the first one that I did in front of people that I never knew, and that nobody asked me to be there. Nobody was like, hey, this is definitely where you're supposed to be. You come over and, play here and stuff. This is a recital or something like that. No, it wasn't like that. It was like I just signed up on the paper, said I wanted to play, and that was the song that I played. And so it was kind of a big deal to me. So yeah, that's like the story of a lot of my music and stuff. It's all in one clip, and I hope y'all liked it. So that's it.